You get a Hell in a Cell match. You get a Hell in a Cell match. You get a Hell in a Cell match. Everyone gets Hell in a Cell matches. Have a nice day. What's up? I'm Pete Last Guy, and this is Raw Emotion, where I take a look at this week's Monday Night Raw and tell you a little bit about what I think and a lot about how I feel. It's gonna be a quick one, so strap in, marks. Start with an in-ring segment from Sasha Banks, where she tells us, among other things, that she's gonna have a Hell in a Cell match with Charlotte inside Hell in a Cell. At least that's what she wants, and then Mick Foley, of course, comes out later to confirm it, along with just so many others. I'm excited for that. First time, they made a very big deal out of saying it's the first time that women in a WWE match would ever be inside Hell in a Cell for a match. That's gonna be, that's good. Let's move forward with this. I'm excited for it. And that leads us into setting up the mixed tag match for later in the evening, which honestly, is it just me? Or did that entire thing just feel like an excuse to try and get Roman over by attaching him to one of the most over baby faces on the roster right now? Is it just me? Maybe it's just me. It's probably not just me. All that being said, the way this match ended was fantastic, with that just brutal spear to Rusev, who was coming in to break up the submission hold, and it looked like where the camera was. I don't know if this was actually how it was, but it looked like it was like right over the two of them, over Sasha and Charlotte. It looks like it was cool, okay? Bayley got another weird, inexplicable squash match, which again had me thinking, why? Why are we doing this? Where is this leading? And then they answered where it was leading. And I didn't like the answer. It's a Dana Brooke feud. Cool. And let's jump right into Cruiserweight Corner now. Here's the thing, be careful what you wish for, because I wished for more variety in the Cruiserweight division, and I got Sin Cara. Now, all jokes aside though, I actually am excited to see Sin Cara join the Cruiserweight division, because it does a lot to really tie that division into the rest of the main roster, make it feel like it's actually part of Raw, while still having a roster big enough and interesting enough to be its own distinct division. I continue to be impressed with where the Cruiserweight division is going and how they've been working it. Keep it up. All right. That being said, one big complaint I do have about the Cruiserweight division is that they keep letting TJ Perkins, talk. Seriously, not for a second do I buy a single word coming out of this dude's mouth. It is like some Disney Channel sitcom level badness. He is not convincing. And the terribly shoehorned in video game puns, none of it feels natural. Like, bro, I like your moveset, I like you as a wrestler. Man, I guess take some acting lessons or something. I don't know, man. It hurts to watch. Hey, that Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, Enzo and Cass and the Club and Sami Zayn and Neville segment was weird, right? Just a quick recap in case you didn't watch. We got Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel come out into the ring, and there apparently was a backstage segment. Apparently Bo only speaks in rhyme now, not just in ring, but wherever he is. So, are you okay, Bo? We're concerned. But Curtis Axel's back to help him out in a match against Enzo and Cass. Enzo and Cass get all the way into the ring, do their whole intro spiel, and just as Enzo is about to rip into these two haters in the ring, whoops, it's the Club. Yes, the Club, or Anderson and Gallows, or whatever we're calling them. Either way, they've reverted back to their gimmick that they had right when they arrived in WWE. Honestly, I think this was just a repeat of something they've already done. They've got the same shirts that say no one is safe. It's like we're just gonna pretend nothing between then and now even happened with them. But we know it did. We know it did. Either way, if you're going to keep this up with the Club, they've got to start winning matches, not just crashing matches, okay? That's my 2 cents. But they attack Enzo and Cass, and then they're apparently scrambling to find new opponents for Bo and Curtis Axel. They find Sami Zayn and Neville from backstage, because that makes any sense at all. And those two proceed to go out, have a match, beat Bo and Curtis Axel, but Curtis was the one who was pinned, so Bo still continues to look very strong. Not untouchable, but he still looks strong. He's still on a streak, since he came out, back out after his suspension. This is just weird. Wrestling is weird. R-Truth versus Titus O'Neil. What can you even say about this match? Whoa, man. Well, first of all, God bless Golden Truth. Keep doing the ridiculous stuff that you're doing. It's goofy. It's fun. Even the forgive me, even the bouncing gold dust head, man. I know there's an audience for it, and I know they're loving it. Thanks for doing what you do. Now, Titus, as for you, what? This Titus brand gimmick makes no sense, and not a single thing out of Titus's mouth anymore makes sense. It's this insane word salad. It's not even sentences. I don't know what's real anymore. What is happening to Titus O'Neil? Is he slowly going mad? Is he just on whatever Bo is on? What is happening? Braun Strowman came out for his match after last week calling for tougher opponents. I'm all over here thinking he's going to get some real, wrestlers that we know with names and faces and things like that. But nope, it's just two jobbers. Still jobbers, guys. Still jobbers. But it's good to know that Braun shares my particular concern with that because he got on the mic again for another promo. Again, very strong. You don't think this guy's going to necessarily be that great on the mic. To look at his early WWE career in the Wyatt family, but you know what? I like it when he gets on the mic. He's scary. So I hope he gets some real competition next week, and if he doesn't, I hope he follows through on his promise, which was vague. He just said that Mick Foley would be responsible for whatever happens, but I hope that whatever happens is that he just goes on a tear and just starts wrecking people left and right. I would love it. Two things I want to mention. One of them is a short one. Is when Chris Jericho was talking with Tom Phillips backstage, and I don't remember what Tom said, but Chris Jericho responded with like, "Come on, man, that's jargon. That's just talk. That's jargon. It's a stupid idiom." Lost it. Lost my darn mind. I love it. Jericho then went on to have a match with Seth Rollins later in the night, and it was good. I feel like there's not a whole lot to say about it. It was good. He didn't win, so he doesn't get to be in a triple threat match or anything, which Gosh, I feel like they just did something like this recently. But it was good. Seth Rollins and Chris Jericho are both fantastic wrestlers. There's not a whole lot I can say about that. It was just a really good, solid, all-around match. I do want to talk about Paul Heyman, though. Because Paul Heyman is like my favorite thing about wrestling. I'm not even kidding. This is not an exaggeration. I love Paul Heyman. Like I said, this video is going to be quick, so I'm only going to bring up one specific thing he said, and it was the end of his freaking sermon that he gave out there. It was great, all of it, but then he ended it by saying that in Suplex City, you're not Goldberg, you're next. And then just tosses, not even a mic drop, just spin. That's somehow more emphatic. What a boss. Anyway, that's all for this week's Raw Emotion. Let me know what you thought about this week's episode of Monday Night Raw right down there in those little comments right there. Be sure to give the video a like. Be sure to share it with your friends and family members. And also, subscribe to the channel. Because we do this every week. And we'd like to share it with more people. So if you want to see our videos when they come out, just click that subscribe button. We have fun over here. It's good times. We talk about Raw, we talk about SmackDown, we talk about NXT, and we talk about pay-per-views. Gosh, there are so many pay-per-views. But that's it. So thank you for watching. I've been Pete Last Guy. You've been a delight. And it looks like we're out of here in 1, 2, 3. What's up? This is Raw Emotion. I'm Pete Last Guy. Nope, that's backwards. This is Raw Emotion, where I take a look at this week's Monday Night Raw and tell you a little bit about what. What's up? What's up? I'm Pete Last Guy, and this is Raw Emotion, where I take a look at this week's Monday Night Raw and tell you a little bit about what. Come on.